Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2021 National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. My name is Sophie Paff, and I am the current president of the Morris chapter of NHS. National Honor Society is a nationwide organization that emphasizes students serving the surrounding community and becoming exemplary citizens. While this year may have been unusual, our current NHS members were still committed to representing the following values of the society: character, scholarship, leadership, and service. We wish our new inductees the best for the coming year. At this time, we would like to invite Dr. Craig Ortez, Superintendent of Morris Community High School, to come forward for some remarks.
Thank you, and good afternoon. On behalf of the Board of Education, Administration, and faculty, I would like to welcome everyone to our National Honor Society induction ceremony. I congratulate our current members for their dedication and hard work, and I challenge this year's inductees to uphold the traditions of scholarship, leadership, service, and character that are the cornerstones of the MCHS chapter of the National Honor Society. All four pillars are important, but I especially hold character in the highest regard. Your character has been greatly tested over the last year, and your perseverance is why you're here today. I want to thank the parents, guardians, family members, and friends for your support of the young people we're honoring today. Your students are very accomplished and involved in the entire school community, and they represent the very best that MCHS has to offer. Thank you also to our faculty for all that you do on behalf of these students. Your support is critical as we collaborate to shape the lives of the next generation of leaders in our community and in our world. Students, you may never fully appreciate how truly proud we are of your accomplishments, your leadership, and your potential. Remember that your membership in NHS is not only a recognition of all that you have achieved so far, but a commitment to achieve even more as you uphold the honor of this chapter in all that you do. Whether you're a senior about to embark on your future plans or a junior who will continue to set positive examples for our students next year, we look forward to seeing all that you have yet to accomplish. Thank you for making Morris Community High School an extraordinary place to be, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Ortez. At this time, I would like to welcome Mr. Michael Gourley, Principal of Morris Community High School, to speak.
Thank you. Good afternoon. On behalf of our entire staff and faculty, I would like to congratulate this year's National Honor Society induction class. In a year full of difficult challenges, you have demonstrated your ability to meet and overcome those challenges. Your hard work and your dedication is paying off, and membership in the National Honor Society is tangible proof of that hard work. It is now your responsibility to follow through and build upon your early success. I challenge each of you to continue to focus on your scholarship. Yes, education is still important, and high school is not the end of yours, it is truly just the beginning. I challenge each of you not to be satisfied, to continue to strive after your education with that passion, and to continue to better yourselves. I want you to focus on developing your character. I want you to continue to develop your leadership skills, because once you've done all that, I think you can then truly focus on the pillar that I think is most important, and that's the pillar of service. Our nation and society face unique challenges in the weeks, months, and years ahead, and it will take bright, talented individuals like yourselves to overcome those challenges. The only way to conquer those challenges will be for you to get involved. So it really is quite simple. Serve where you land and save the world. Congratulations again on your induction, and best of luck.
Thank you, Mr. Gourley. At this time, our current senior members will speak about our NHS chapter, what we have done this year in our school and community, as well as our pillars, which are the foundations of our group. First will be our NHS Vice President, Tyler Davis, who will speak about our purpose.
Morris chapter of the National Honor Society was chartered in 1963. It is our purpose to create enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate a desire to render service, to promote leadership, and to develop a character in the students of Morris Community High School. The current senior members have been active this year despite the COVID-19 global pandemic. While we were not able to do a few of the projects that we typically get involved with, we have been active in our chapter service project at Eye Care International, which assists those who cannot receive eye care in third world countries. We check the prescriptions, clean, measure, and package eyeglasses that are sent to hundreds of people in desperate need of eye care. Our members provide hundreds of hours of service to our community and school by tutoring, working with churches and organizations, and assisting with many MCHS activities. It is vital that we as members continue to uphold the 4 attributes that we exemplify when inducted. Sophie Paff will introduce these now.
Our first pillar is character, which will be presented by senior member and NHS treasurer Rebecca Baxa.
Character is a force within each individual that distinguishes that person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality, our goodness. It is without that which with no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life and once developed grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem with character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than to seem. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Next, senior member and NHS secretary Taylor Nelson will discuss our pillar of scholarship.
Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand the world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Next up is the pillar of leadership, presented by senior NHS member Molly Gustafson.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward where others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members.
And finally, senior member Keaton Awerda will speak about the Pillar of Service.
My office is service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work where many opportunities arise to help others at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Thank you to our senior members. At this time, I would like to ask National Honor Society Advisor Andrea Gustafson to join me at the podium. I would also like the 2021 NHS members and inductees to stand. At this time, Mrs. Gustafson and I will lead you in the pledge that you must take as part of your acceptance and continuation in the National Honor Society. While standing, please answer these ever-important questions as you begin your formal induction this evening. As you take your pledge to the National Honor Society, we hope that you will think seriously about the 4 basic qualifications in which the Society is founded. Will you respond together as we question you concerning these principles?
Answer. As you have heard tonight, of all the requirements for membership in the National Honor Society, character is the key which opens the door to the fulfillment of our other purposes. Do you pledge to uphold this belief?
Your presence here tonight is evidence that you have maintained high scholarship during your high school years. Do you pledge to continue your search for knowledge and truth during your remaining time at Morris Community High School and in your future endeavors?
Leadership, which you have shown in this smaller realm, continues to be needed sorely in our troubled world. Do you pledge to continue in those activities of leadership that have led you here tonight?
Service symbolizes the giving of our time, our talents, and ourselves in order to bring about a better society. Do you pledge to continue serving your school community and, in a larger realm, society itself?
You have been found to possess the 4 basic qualifications for membership in the National Honor Society, and you have pledged to uphold those qualifications. You are asked to make one further pledge. Will you promise to hold the society sacred by your words and deeds, thus making the students at Morris Community High School regard it with respect and honor? Administration, faculty, staff, as well as parents, other family members, and friends who may be watching this on film. As NHS advisor and on behalf of the National Honor Society Faculty Council, I present to you these 26 candidates for induction into our chapter of the National Honor Society.
Mrs. Gustafson, Dr. Ortiz, and members of the National Honor Society Council, it is through the power invested in me by the National Association of Secondary Principals that I hereby acknowledge your recommendation and approve the acceptance of this induction class into the Morris chapter of the National Honor Society. Congratulations.
At this time, we will begin the candle lighting ceremony. Our first inductee is Veronica Kumba.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Veronica Kumba. My parents are Richie and Marjorie Kumba. I have 4 sisters, 2 older sisters and 2 younger sisters. And I chose my sister Patricia to be my sponsor. She's the second eldest and we're only 3 years apart. Even though she's only 3 years older than me, she's basically my second mom. I remember when we were kids in the Philippines, we didn't really like each other, but as we grew up, we became closer and learned more about each other. When I'm sure of something, whether it's schoolwork or just in life, I'd always ask her first, but she always responded with decide for yourself after telling her opinion to me. I am unsure about a lot of things in life, but she helps me find my confidence to believe myself and to stop listening to others. She has influenced me in many things in life, such as appreciating books, loving music, and history. She showed me how important it is to stand for what I believe in and being true to myself. She always pushes me to do my best at everything that I do, but what I like the most about her is how kind-hearted she is and how true she is. I've always look up to her and I'm grateful for her.
Next is Abigail Cunningham.
Good afternoon. My name is Abigail Cunningham, and my parents are Richard and Linda Cunningham, and my sister is Melanie Cunningham. My sponsor for this evening has been a very important figure in my life. His name is Mr. Bloomberg, or rather Coach Bloomberg. He has been an influence not only on the course, but in the classroom as well. He is hardworking, encouraging, and passionate about what he does. He impacted 4 years of my life that I will never want to forget. He taught me the importance of punctuality, or he likes to use the term Lombardi clock, and U2 style, with or without you. Among many other valuable lessons, he taught me what excuses truly are. They're void. Excuses get you to nowhere and waste your time. But if you just own up to your mistakes or acknowledge that you truly have no excuses, people will respect you. He stresses this on and off the course. After 4 years of growth, I can proudly credit who I am today to Coach Bloomberg. He taught me so many values that got me to this podium, and I'll keep those morals for the rest of my life. As Coach Bloomberg likes to tell everyone right before a race, run hard and have fun. These 4 words, even though they're rather small, mean so much. Simply run through life and don't look back. But don't forget to have fun. Thank you, Coach Bloomberg, for making me who I am today.
Next is Madison Hughes.
My name is Madison Hughes, and my parents are Jeremy and Tracy Hughes. I would like to thank everyone who has gotten me to where I am today and for the chance that I was given to be in NHS. My sponsor that I chose is Jeff Beck. If you don't know him, he helps up with the high school softball team and has helped with my past travel teams as well. Coach Jeff has always been there to pick me up and not only help me become a better player on the field, but a better person off the field as well. He is one of the most supportive people I know, always volunteering to help others when he doesn't have to. This inspires me and encourages me to do the same. He not only supports me in softball, but he has come to other events such as tennis meets and basketball games as well. He is a great father to his kids and has coached his daughters in the past. Even when they were out of college, he still continued to coach others simply because he enjoys inspiring athletes to be the best that they can be. I know that I wouldn't be where I am today without Coach Jeff being as supportive as he is, and I would like to thank him again for everything he has done for not only me, but everyone around him as well.
Next is Matthew Lawton.
Hello, my name is Matt Lawton, and I'm the son of Brad and Heidi Lawton. I have the privilege of asking Mr. Burgess to be my sponsor as I am inducted into the National Honor Society. I first met Mr. Burgess as a freshman on the basketball team. He was a sophomore coach, and we often went and practiced with him. Mr. Burgess always knew how to get the best out of us. He pushed us to work together and develop our leadership skills on and off the court. He showed us the importance of teamwork and communication if we wanted to do well. We grew not only as players, but as people because of his efforts. The first time I had him as a teacher, I was a junior. I had signed up for my first AP class and was unsure if I would succeed in U.S. history, or APUSH as we called it. He soon put my fears to rest. He told us that although the workload would be a lot to manage, it was nothing we couldn't overcome. His class was a test to us all, but we emerged as better people because of it. Learning to think outside the box and improving my study habits are just two of the many ways he pushed me to grow. I believe that my classmates and I are now better prepared because of him. Besides that, he also showed me why understanding history is necessary and how it is so much more than just memorizing names and dates. He made a subject that many find boring enjoyable to me. No matter the day, I was always ready for his class. I believe that I am a better person because of him, which is why I'd like to say thanks.
Next is Sidney Safarsick.
Hello, my name is Sidney Safarsick, and my parents are Chad and Melanie Safarsick. The sponsor I chose is Marcy Criticos. Wisdom, humility, and confidence. These are 3 traits found in every role model, and these are the 3 traits that will define my sponsor to a T. Marcy Criticos, or Coach Marcy, and I met in 2014 when I was just 12 years old. I was a nerdy, unathletic preteen who was just looking for a spark. Coach Marcy was this spark. I had developed a love of softball not long before, but at this point in my life, I was ready to throw in the towel. I was starting to believe people after the many times of being told, "You're not good enough, you're not strong enough," or my personal favorite, "You're too short." We couldn't have met at a better time. She was the one person who told me I could do anything as long as I worked for it. It didn't take long for Coach Marcy to turn into a second mother to me. I wouldn't be the person I am today without her encouragement and support throughout the years. The three qualities I mentioned before are the same qualities that she strives to instill in all of her students. Even though it is her job to teach us about our sport, she teaches us about life too. She reminds us that softball is not the end-all be-all in our lives. After every practice or camp that I have attended, she sat us down and reminded us that this all would be for nothing if we do not get good grades. She reminds us that school comes first and that softball at the end of the day is just a game. Aside from giving us a taste of reality with her wisdom, she reminds us to stay humble. One of Coach Marcy's role models was John Wooden, the legendary previous basketball coach for UCLA. Naturally, he became one of my idols as well. To quote Mr. Wooden, "Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are." This is something that Marcy has taught to me and to many other people. Now, to quote Coach Marcy, "Stay classy, Sidney, stay classy." She taught us to be respectful, compassionate, and as she liked to put, coachable, meaning she wanted us to take criticism and critiques and turn them into motivation. While keeping us connected to reality and teaching us what it means to have humility, above all, she taught us, as young women, to love ourselves and to be confident in our own skins. This is the most important thing Coach Marcy has shown me, more important than any drill or technique she could have possibly taught. When I was 12 years old and ready to give up, Marcy was there to lift me up and remind me that I am in control. No longer did I wish to be something that I'm not. No longer did I listen to the negative words that others had to say, because I knew that I would always have Coach Marcy on my side. She has changed my life in more ways than I can list, which is part of the reason why I'm pursuing a career in physical therapy. I want to help people too. Marcy set my life on track, and I want to help people get back to theirs. This fall, I will be furthering my education at Concordia University in Wisconsin, as well as continuing my softball career at the collegiate level. It has been my dream since I was a little girl to play softball for a college team. I never could have gotten to this level had it not been for Marcy, and thanks to her, I am making my dreams a reality.
Next is Lauren Bounds.
Hi there. My name is Lauren Bounds. I am the daughter of Kevin and Angie Bounds. And I'm sure we all had a really hard time picking our sponsors because we can't choose one person that gets us to this point in our lives or our high school careers. So whenever I was thinking about my sponsor, I wanted to choose someone who really stuck out to me. And I found it kind of easy because that person who stuck out to me was Mrs. Jennifer Bamonte, and I'm sure you've all had her at one point. I have had her for the past 3 years, whether it be in the classroom or on this stage, and she is a wonderful teacher, director, and coach, and above all, a friend. She is interested in everything she does, whether it be directing a play, coaching a softball team, or being in the classroom, to the point where my mom is in the kitchen and she is listening to the lesson on The Great Gatsby that we are learning in class. She is passionate and she is confident, and above all else, she is human, and she truly advocates that to her class. She makes mistakes and she accepts them and she moves on, and she shows her kids how to do that too. She doesn't hold herself on this pedestal where she is greater than everyone else and her students. She is on their level. She makes connections with them, and she aspires to make an actual impact on their life. And she has certainly made an impact on mine. So whether it be learning about Jay Gatsby and Nick Carraway, or getting that email after making it into a speech final telling you congratulations, she's made all the difference. So thank you, Mrs. Bamonte, for all that you've done for me and all of your other students. Thank you.
Next is Tessa Brummel. Hi, I'm Tessa Brummel. Hi, I'm Tessa Brummel. My parents are Amy and Pete Brummel, and my brothers are Tyler and Cody Spezio. I chose my mom as my sponsor today. She is truly the most influential person in my life. She has raised me to be the person I am and the best person I can be. She is someone that is easy to look up to, and I admire that about her. She accepts my dreams and helps me fight for them. Her persistence and determination will always be something I can count on, and for that I have to thank her. She is truly the reason I am here today. Next is Michael Carlson.
My name is Michael Carlson. My parents are Michael and Michelle Carlson, and my sponsor is my cousin Kylie Murray. She's a math teacher at Argo High School while currently studying to get her master's. She is very organized and well structured, and she inspires me to do my best in school. I admire her strength and determination, and hopefully I can achieve as many accomplishments as she has.
Next is Alexa Edwards. Hi, I'm Alexa Edwards, and my parents are Jeff and Brenda Edwards. The person who I chose to be my sponsor for this evening is someone who I consider to be my second mom, and that is Lynn Mcgee. Lynn is not only my mom's best friend and my best friend's mom, but is also someone that I know will help me stay positive even on my rough days or long nights. From vacations to nights spent together with our families, Lynn is always someone I can count on for a smile, a laugh, or just to brighten my mood. Another reason that I knew I wanted to have Lynn to be my sponsor is because she always shows her support for me no matter what I do. I've known her my whole life, and for every activity or group that I'm a part of, she is always there for me and shows me how much she cares by being one of my biggest supporters. Even though I'm not actually her daughter, she treats me like I am, and I know that I can trust her with anything I could trust my parents with. Lynn has played a huge role in making me who I am today with her guidance and support, which is why I knew right away that I wanted her to be my National Honor Society sponsor. Thank you. Next is Catherine Halcombe.
My name is Catherine Halcombe, and my parents are Stephen and Lynette Halcombe. Miss G mentioned at first that we will be having a sponsor, and my mind immediately went to my father. He is the most influential person in my life. Without him, I would not be the person I am today. He pushes me to my best on and off the court, in and out of school, and most importantly, through my service towards others. So thank you, Dad, for making me the person I am today and instilling your lessons upon me.
Next is Aiden Howell.
Hello, I'm Aiden Howell, and my parents are Adriana and Brian Howell, and my sponsor is Antonio Scalora. And I must say, it is an honor to be here. However, I obviously could not have made it here if it weren't for the people who've supported me so far, including my sponsor, who is my grandfather, or as I call him, No-No. My grandfather, Antonio Scalora, was born in Floridia, Sicily, sometime in 1951, but we don't actually know his real birth date. He was raised in a very poor family consisting of his parents and his two brothers. At a young age, his siblings and his mother moved here to America, and he and his father stayed behind and worked. Because his dad worked so much, my grandfather actually had to live in a boys' home led by Catholic monks. During this time, he would meet many of his friends, learn to play soccer, and gain a lot of wisdom. When he turned 17, his father finally had enough money to move them both to America, where they could live with the rest of their family. Upon arriving, my grandfather did quite a bit to immerse himself in our culture. He got citizenship right away and even attempted to enlist in the army, but was denied because he didn't speak English that well at the time. After a bit, he ventured farther south from Chicago into a small town called Tonka, where he met my grandmother. After getting married, he worked tirelessly to open up his own barbershop and raise two kids, my mother and my uncle. Over the years, he'd picked up hobbies like fishing, boating, aviation, playing the keyboard and drums, and many other things. As of last month, he's enjoying his retirement in Missouri right now. But ultimately, he serves as a perfect example of the American dream. My family and I stand here as the fruits of his labor. If you know me, you should be able to tell that I inherited many of my interests from him. But more importantly, from him and his story, I learned the value of hard work, family, and many other of my core values. No, thank you for everything you've done.
Next is Emma Knudsen.
Hi, I'm Emma Knudsen, and my parents are Stan and Jen Knudsen. And my Aunt Kathy Kutches is my NHS sponsor today. My Aunt Kathy has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember, and although as a baby I used to cry every time she picked me up, I'm beyond grateful that I've been so blessed to grow up with such a loving role model to look up to and to grow close with. From dancing around her living room at 11 p.m. on Christmas night to Sweet Caroline, drinking coffee on her back porch, or flying kites on Easter morning, I have so many lovely memories with her that I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life. Kathy took me to my first ever musical, Mary Poppins, when I was just 5 years old.
And since then, performing has become an extremely influential part of my life, and Aunt Kathy has always been one of my biggest supporters. She attends every one of my shows and always greets me with a gigantic hug after each one. But perhaps one of the best qualities and most important lessons I learned from her was her ability to listen so intently and love so greatly. Kathy always listens to everything I have to say, no matter how big or small it may be. She is fully invested and truly cares about what it is. She makes me feel so seen and understood, and with her listening, I always felt like what I was saying was important. She treats everyone, no matter how long she has known them, like family, and her welcoming spirit is so inspiring to me. Her passion for a life filled with love and joy radiates into everything she does, and I am so blessed to have her in my life.
Next is Samuel Listina.
Hello, everyone. I am Sam Listina. Okay. And I'm the son of Christine and Jacob Listina. And for my sponsor, I chose the man I have the utmost respect for. That would be my grandfather, Richard Ferguson. Now, I've shared a lot of experiences with him throughout the years, and he's given me plenty of advice. But the three that have really embedded in my head have been that I need to be able to do the best with what I have, that I can do anything I put my mind to, and that you need to be able to laugh. You must have a sense of humor. Now, our story begins when he was just a child, raised by a single mother until the age of 5, when she married, and his mother and his stepfather used to go on vacations quite frequently, almost every summer. But he was never allowed to go along. Not once. So now we fast forward a few years, 2 years after he finishes high school to be exact, he goes and he enlists in the Navy. He serves for almost 4 years, including in the Korean conflict as a tail gunner. So now he comes back home and he decides that it is his time to live what he believes to be the American dream. He knew this wouldn't be easy. He knew he would have to work hard for what he wanted. And he's a man that would never cheat, never cut a single corner. So you know what he did? He went and he built his own house. He married my grandmother. And every summer, he took his 4 kids and wife on vacation, so they wouldn't have to go through what he did as a child. Then he decides, I'm going to build my own baseball field. And he does just that. He starts a league, which he coaches in, has both of his sons play in it, and sooner or later, it becomes a family tradition every summer. But the one thing that really stuck with me of what he told me was that you need to be able to laugh. You need to have a sense of humor. Who wants to live a sad life without the ability to laugh? And he told me that the major key to success is not only laughing at your successes, but also your failures. And who knows where I'd be today without those priceless experiences and pieces of advice, because it definitely would not be before you today on this stage. Thank you.
Next is Grace Lyons.
Hi, my name is Grace Lyons, and I'm supported by my parents, Greg and Joan Lyons, and my siblings, Trevor, Leah, and Jared. My sponsor is my uncle, tennis coach, and 7th grade teacher, Eric Davey. As my tennis coach since freshman year, Coach Davey has helped me improve and always made tennis practices and matches the best part of my day. He is generous with his time, and his love of the team is obvious. As my tennis coach, he has taught me to make goals and always believed in me to achieve and go beyond them. As my teacher, Mr. Davey taught me a lot about my faith and inspired me to be myself no matter what. Some may think that coming from ICS would be a disadvantage in high school because of the size. While I did not know as many people as some of my peers did going into high school, I can say that I had a great education at ICS, specifically from my teacher, Mr. Davey. While teaching, he strives to prepare all of his students for life in the future. I'm lucky to have my uncle as my tennis coach and teacher, and will always remember the example he has set for me.
Next is Hannah Mcgee.
Hi, my name is Hannah Mcgee, and my parents are Lynn and Jeff Mcgee, and my sponsor for NHS is Brenda Edwards. Now, I would guess that most of you know Mrs. Edwards. She is quite the celebrity around the school. After all, no one can deny her incredible algebra teaching skills. And while I completely admire Mrs. Edwards and her academic fervor, her deep understanding of math, and her even deeper love for her students, Mrs. Edwards actually isn't the one I wanted to ask to be my sponsor. Now, Mrs. Edwards is brilliant, an inspiration to her students, to me too, but I've gotten the opportunity to ask someone even more incredible to be my sponsor for NHS. I asked a friend, an absolutely beautiful and strong woman, a gentle soul who manages to make me feel at home no matter where I am. No, I did not ask Mrs. Edwards to be my sponsor. I asked Brenda, B, my basically second mom, and I asked her because not only does she represent precisely what NHS stands for, with its 4 pillars, but everything I admire and hope to be. Brenda is breathtakingly kind and patient, someone who is always willing to put in effort in order to help others. She's selfless. I can't even begin to describe all the time she has been there for me, or try to express how grateful I am for that. She does so much for me. But what amazes me most is that no matter how gentle and tender Brenda may be, her courage and strength shines through her still, creating a paradox of strong and soft that just inspires me. She's just so inspiring. I'm glad I got to know you as well as I do, and
I'm so glad that I'll have you by my side as I enter National Honor Society. Thank you.
Next is Olivia Moore.
My name is Olivia Moore, and my parents are Heather and Jason Moore. My sponsor is Mrs. Kim O'Malley, my former STEM teacher and my mathletes coach. As all freshmen are, I was apprehensive to move into the high school. Adding to this was that I was part of the first group of students in the newly created STEM program. From the start of freshman year, Miss O'Malley has been there to support me in both my academics as well as extracurriculars. I had always loved math, but she changed my view on the application of all the different topics we were learning. This only increased my enjoyment of the subject. This same year, she asked me to join Mathletes. Going into my third year of Mathletes, I really enjoy being able to participate in something outside of the classroom that will increase my knowledge on the subject. I wasn't sure of my abilities, but she's always been there, whether pushing me beyond my limits in the classroom, Mathletes, and taking her time out of her Saturday to attend one of my speech competitions. Miss O'Malley is a major reason that I hope to study finance in college. Even when not in class, she goes out of her way to keep in touch with me and motivate me to do my very best in school. Once COVID hit, keeping that connection has been difficult, but luckily we've had Zoom meetings to chat about what is going on, and she always makes sure I know what I'm doing in math. As I'm about to go into my senior year, I look back and can see the impact that she's made on my life and my future. If I did not have Miss O'Malley as my freshman year math teacher, I wouldn't have pushed myself as both a student and an active member of MCHS. She exemplifies what makes a great teacher, excellence in the classroom, but the care and concern she shows for her students as future leaders in the world is second to none. She's made me certain about my future and has made me a better person. I thank you, Miss O'Malley, for being the reason that I am standing on this stage today.
Next is Maddie Pilch.
Hello everyone, my name is Maddie Pilch and I'm honored to be a part of the NHS induction ceremony today. I would like to begin by thanking my parents, Alan and Melissa Pilch, for always pushing me to do my best in school and for encouraging me to be involved in our community. Someone who has greatly impacted my life is my POM coach, Megan Post, who I've chosen to be my sponsor today. Meg's dedication to our team is shown through the time she takes out of her busy day to spend with all of us. I know that without the advice, constant support, and encouragement that she instills in us daily, we wouldn't be the team that we are today. One of the most important pieces of advice I've acquired from her is that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to, and if you don't succeed, try again. Meg continuously demonstrates gratitude towards the opportunities our team has received, and in the midst of our defeat my freshman year at state, I looked up towards Meg as she stood with the biggest smile on her face because she knew that what we had accomplished was truly something great, since not everyone gets the opportunity to walk across that state podium. Although we didn't receive the title we set out to grasp at the beginning of our journey, the amount of growth we had acquired along the way was more apparent in that moment than ever before. I looked to Meg for comfort in that difficult moment, and I knew that I could be happy about what we accomplished as a team, even if it wasn't exactly what we hoped for.
To this day, I still utilize the life lesson that Meg taught me that day at State, because some moments in life are not always going to be what we are excited to endure. There is going to be heartbreak, pain, and struggle of all kinds. But choosing to put a smile on my face and accept the challenge of getting up to try again is something I am incredibly grateful that I know how to do. Life throws curveballs at us all the time, and more often than expected, it won't be what we hoped for. But being able to see the positive side of every situation is something that will be the most rewarding experience and ultimate representation of growth in the end. As I continue through life, I hope to help people the way that Meg has helped me these past 3 years. Every day she embodies what leadership truly looks like through the passion, dedication, and perseverance she puts forth to help us obtain the mindset needed to work hard, embrace opportunities, and achieve the dreams we set out to grasp one day. Thank you, Coach Meg, for all of the ways you have helped shape me into the person I am today.
Next is Kenzie Puckett.
Hi, my name is Kenzie Puckett. My parents are Kim and Chris Puckett. I was raised in a pretty sporty family, and so I'm sure it was a little shocking when I went to my parents and said, hey, I don't really want to do sports anymore. I like music. And they really didn't have any interest in it at the time, and so we kind of turned to my school. In the 4th grade, I decided to join the band, and it was actually Miss Metlin's first year. And so we all kind of grew with her as she got older and as we got older. And ever since I met her, my passion for music has grown so much. So my sponsor is Shantae Matlin. She was and is one of the most influential people in my life. She was my first director and pretty much the person who kicked off my music career. I'm so lucky to have such a strong, confident, and positive woman like her in my life. So thank you for everything you do, Miss Metlin. I appreciate it more than you know.
Next is Nicholas Russell.
Hi there, my name is Nicholas Russell, and I'm the son of Nicole and Jacob Russell. When asked to find a sponsor for this induction ceremony, many of my classmates perhaps had to sit and think who they should choose. However, I knew right away who I wished to ask for sponsorship. I was nervous to ask out of fear at first, that they simply would not be able to accept my request due to their position in school and as the head of MCHS's chapter of the National Honor Society. This woman is, of course, Andrea Gustafson. I first officially got the privilege of meeting Mrs. G back in 2013 when I decided to audition for the fall play at the time, Peter Pan. Her decision to cast me would significantly and irreversibly alter the course of my life, help me find my true passion in life, as well as set me on a track to achieve a level of confidence I never thought to be in the cards for me. Since our very first day of rehearsal together, I have gained both another mother and someone I consider one of my most valued friends. Mrs. G has seen me grow up and has played no small role in forming me into the person you all see before you today. It is from her that I learned so much about leadership and character, and not just the kind you perform as on a stage. Her devotion to her duties as a director, speech coach, and teacher is truly awe-inspiring to me and everyone who meets her. Not only this, but she pushes me to be a significantly better person. Every day I try to work hard at the tasks she assigns me in hopes that when she looks upon me in class or during rehearsal, she can see a person she is genuinely proud of. She pushes me to be a better student, a better performer, and a better person through all of this. When she first met me, she saw only a shy little boy hiding behind his mother. And when looking at me now, I hope she sees how the chances, opportunities, and wisdom she's given has shaped the young man I've become and am still becoming. Andrea Gustafson is someone I consider to be family, and I feel honored to have her as my NHS sponsor. Thank you, Mrs. G.
Next is Alyssa Schultz.
Hi, I am Alyssa Schultz. My parents are Debbie and Todd Schultz. I'm so grateful for the opportunity I have been given to be a part of National Honor Society. My sponsor is Laura Wills, my high school volleyball coach. Coach Wills has been my coach since freshman year and will be my coach for the next 2 years here. She not only has made me a better athlete, but has also made me a better person outside of volleyball. Coach Wills has taught me patience, kindness, how to work under pressure, how to build better relationships, what it takes to be a leader, and how to support others when they are down. A lot of coaches only care about the athletic ability of their players and not how they truly are as a person or how they treat others. Coach Wills is not that coach. Her first priority and expectation for our team is to treat each other with kindness and respect, which not many other teams do or care about. She has personally taught me to stand up for what is right, which is one of the most important leadership qualities I have learned. Having her be my coach the last 2 years has taught me so many skills that pertain to many aspects of life that I will need to succeed. She pushes me to be the best player and person I could be. Coach Wills checks in on her players even if we are not in volleyball season at the time. I hear from her often. She is always checking in on us and seeing how we are. She shows that she wants to be involved in our lives. She shows that she truly cares about us as actual people and not just as her athletic players. Her kindness she has shown and given me has allowed me to gain the ability to show kindness to others the way she shows me. Her willingness to give her time and effort to our team has taught me the importance of giving to others. I have watched the patience and calmness she portrays during intense games, which has taught me that having patience throughout tough situations in life is key. She represents every quality she has extremely well, which has allowed me to learn from her and also express these qualities. She has had one of the biggest impacts on my life and how I carry and express myself. Laura Wills is one of the most incredible people I know, which is why I am beyond honored and grateful to have her as my National Honor Society sponsor.
Next is Laurie Scheer.
Hi, my name is Laurie Scheer. I'm the daughter of Eric and Laurie Scheer, and my sponsor is my grandfather, David Panzera. Service, scholarship, leadership, and character. These are the 4 pillars of NHS. When Mrs. Gustafson first explained them to me, I immediately thought of my grandpa, David Panzera, because he exemplifies each in his everyday life. Unknowingly, he ingrained these in me from a young age, and that is why I am standing before you today. He represents service in his everyday generosity and is quick to lend a helping hand to anyone in need. Through observing his selfless actions, I learned the importance of giving back to my community. He showed me that a few small acts can make a huge difference in someone else's life. While witnessing his hard work and natural wit, I learned the pillar of scholarship. He works so incredibly hard without ever complaining and puts his utmost effort into everything he does. From a young age, I've been impressed by the vast amount of knowledge he possesses, which inspires me to study harder. Although I see him often, I learn something new from him each time. Above all, he taught me the value of having a strong character. No matter what, he retains an element of integrity and kindness that I strive to imitate. I have observed his unfailing patience, humility, and discipline, which continue to impress me. Uniquely, he has the ability to become friends with everyone he meets almost instantly, a quality that I truly admire. In the spirit of leadership, he inspires me and everyone else around him to be a better and kinder person by example. Throughout my whole life, he has been my greatest role model. His selflessness, generosity, and kindness have led me to becoming the person I am today. Most importantly, he believed in me from day one and encouraged me to follow my dreams, and for that I could not be more grateful. He is more than just a grandfather to me, he is the person I aspire to be.
Next is Alyssa Terrell.
My name is Alyssa Terrell. My parents are Michael and Samantha Terrell, and my sponsor is Jennifer Schell. Mrs. Schell is my health occupations teacher, but also so much more than just that to me. She has helped me learn new things every single day about a field that I am extremely passionate about entering. On bad days for any student, she recognizes when we need to take a break and relax, but somehow manages to still be productive enough to stay on track with our learning course. Though her class is always fun and full of motivation, Mrs. Schell has helped me get through one of the most difficult times in my life this year and has never questioned my ability in class or outside as a young adult. I am so extremely thankful to have her as my teacher and mentor for life and my future career. She could not be a better role model for me and leads by example every day for the career that I hope to take up as an adult.
Next is Kayla Walker.
Hi, my name is Kayla Walker, and my parents are Lisa and Brian Walker. My sponsor's name is Sarah Wyndham, and she has been a very important part of my life. She was a constant and kind presence for me during a difficult time. We know her from church. She sings at the services and leads worship. She was a middle school teacher from whom I took voice and piano lessons for about 6 years. Sarah was the best teacher anyone could ask for. She knows her craft well, and she has a way with kids that makes them feel open to learning and finding their voice. I learned so much from her, and she definitely played a role in making me the person I am today. Unfortunately, Sarah recently discovered she has a form of blood cancer that does not have a cure. I'm devastated for her and her family. Nonetheless, she has not let her diagnosis stop her from doing what she loves, caring for her family and working on what she feels most important in life. She is the definition of a role model. She continues to lead worship at church. While she can no longer teach middle school, she is an amazing teacher of her two kids, an amazing mother of her two kids, and she has taken an at-home job of supporting an orphan mission in Africa. Sarah is a beautiful person on the inside and out. I don't know where I would be without her. She is everything I aspire to be, a beautiful singer, a hard worker, a dedicated friend, and a gentle soul. She truly is a blessing to me, and I couldn't be more proud to have her as my sponsor.
Next is Mackenzie Zweers.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie Zweers, and I'm a junior here at Morris Community High School. My parents are Joe and Tammy Zweers, and the sponsor that I chose for the National Honor Society is actually my mom, Tammy. My mom has always pushed me to do my best, and she's also been a large part of shaping me for the future. She's always taught me hard work in order to make your goals happen. I grew up watching her take shifts at the hospital, go back to school to continue her degree, while still working and taking care of me and my wonderful siblings, spend 12-hour days in the doctor's offices, share the knowledge she has with students aspiring to be like her, and overall just do whatever it takes to help support our family. Not only does she work hard, but she is passionate about her work and helping those around her. She genuinely cares about the patients she looks after. She pushes me to have confidence in myself and my ability. And she tries to show me to believe in myself and just how powerful doing that simple thing can be. And then, although my father is not the sponsor that I chose, I also want to thank him for teaching me patience and compassion.
Next, we have Henry Hansen.
Hi, my name is Henry Hansen. My parents are Matthew and Teresa Hansen. I chose my dad, Matthew Hansen, as my sponsor for many reasons. My dad has been very influential towards me and throughout my whole life. He's a caring person who always wants the best out of me. He has helped me through a lot, not just school, but in every aspect of life. He's always led by example and taught me numerous life lessons on what it takes to become a man. Lessons such as honesty, working hard, being kind, and countless more. He is the kind of person that does things the right way, and I can always count on him for advice. He has influenced me in the best way possible so I can succeed in life. I am who I am today because of you, Dad, and I always appreciate everything that you do for me. Thank you.
And our final inductee is Madison Noon.
I choose my mom to be my sponsor because of her hardworking and caring personality that has inspired me to always strive to be the best version of myself. From things like working with me to get a better understanding of my homework assignments to teaching real-life applications, my mom has always been there to support me. I believe that she has had the biggest influence on my life because she has always made an effort to understand me. Not only is she caring toward her children, but she is also very caring and patient toward others. I believe my mom is a giver, and she always does her best to stand up for those who are less fortunate. Thank you, Mom, for everything you have done for others and for myself, as you are the reason I am standing here today.
Let's have one more round of applause for our 2021 NHS inductees. We are all very proud of you. I would now like to ask NHS advisor Andrea Gustafson to come back to the podium for some final remarks.
Thank you, Sophie. I would just like to make a few comments here as we get ready to wrap up. First of all, I would like to thank our faculty of Morris Community High School as well as our administration for their support of National Honor Society. Not all of our administration or our teachers are certainly here today because we needed to keep the numbers under a certain minimum to meet mitigations, but I wanted to say a special thank you to our administrators, Mrs. Lori Dite, Mr. Jeff Johnson, Mr. Jeremiah Farrell, as well, of course, as our principal, Mr. Gourley, and Dr. Ortez for being here with us today and supporting NHS. So please give those people a round of applause for all they do for us. I would also like to take a moment to thank the National Honor Society Faculty Council that I am very lucky to get to work with. And these 5 individuals take their role very, very seriously. They are people that spend hours, and I do mean hours, going through applications, talking about applicants. We meet throughout the year from time to time to discuss issues as they come up. And in addition to being just hardworking people who take your membership and their role in all of this very, very seriously, they are people who I believe very strongly as adults hold the 4 pillars that we hold dear, very dear to themselves. So I would like to thank, even though they aren't able to join us today, the faculty council members, Mr. Joe Bloomberg, Mrs. Taylor LaFond, Mr. Todd Kane, Mrs. Kim O'Malley, and Mr. Josh Williamson. If we could give them a round of applause, please. I know that this is not, as nothing is, it seems in 2020, quite the induction ceremony that we all would have expected to be at a year ago when we were here inducting last year's members. But as I sat here today and watched all of you, I felt so grateful to be here. I hope all of you feel that way as well, to hear the positivity and the stories and the warmth come from all of these students as they talk about these people who are so meaningful in their lives. It just really is inspiring and wonderful. And in a world that obviously there's a lot of negativity, it's really a beautiful, bright spot, I think. So I'm very grateful to all of you for sharing your sponsors and your stories with us today. I think that it's sort of symbolic. It sounds very English teacher of me to say that, but I feel like we're here today, even though it's not the ceremony that maybe we envisioned, because of perseverance. And that's what you've done today, to be inducted into this organization. And so I really look forward to working with all of you. The seniors who are being inducted today, I know who will only be, here at our school for a few more months, but I look forward to working with you in those few months. And to those juniors that are being inducted, hopefully, we have a little more normalcy next year, whatever it looks like, and we get to do even more than we got to do with the group this year. And I truly look forward to working with all of you as we move forward. I would like to say to the seniors that are here today and have been part of this organization for the past year, how proud I am to have gotten to work with all of you, and how proud I am to be the advisor of this group. Again, it wasn't a normal year, of course, and as Tyler said in his purpose statement, we didn't get to do some of the things that NHS typically does as a group, but all of you contributed so much to your community through the service that you've done, and you didn't stop doing because of a global pandemic. You've kept up, obviously, the scholarship pillar and continue to be amazing students. You are leaders in the building and in your community, and you've had to find some creative ways to do that. And your character is, as always, top-notch. So I'm very fortunate to get to work with all of you and look forward to these last few months that you have as MCHS students. I would like briefly to recognize the class of 2022 returning NHS members, and honor their parents as well and tell you a little bit about where they, at least right now, plan to head in next school year. There are a few more undecideds this year, I think, than normal, because as a parent myself of a senior, I can tell you it's a little difficult this year when it's difficult to go visit colleges and things. So I know a lot of decisions are still being made, but I'd like to read their names and recognize them for the things that they've done and give you a little peek into their possible future. So our seniors this year, Keaton Awerda, who is the son of Dave and Kelly Awerda. His school is yet to be determined, but he will be majoring in pharmacy. Rebecca Baxa, daughter of Belinda and George Baxa. She will be attending Bob Jones University, majoring in business administration and culinary arts. Taylor Brayman, whose parents are Chris and Kim Brayman, will be attending Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, and majoring in nursing. Owen Burns, son of Philip and Rhonda Burns, is undecided as far as a school, but knows that he will be majoring in secondary education. Tyler Davis is the son of Bryce and Christine Davis. He will be attending the University of Nebraska, majoring in physical therapy. Lydia Guile, whose parents are Mary and Brian Guile, has an undecided school, but will be majoring in business administration. Kate Gugerty, parents are Greg and Deanna Gugerty. She will be attending Maynooth University, majoring in accounting. Molly Gustafson, daughter of Andrea and James Gustafson, undecided on a school at this point, but she will be majoring in political science. Jack Hansen, who is the son of Matthew and Teresa Hansen, is undecided on a school, but will be majoring in business. Rachel Heap, the daughter of Darren and Stephanie Heap, will be attending the University of Wisconsin River Falls, majoring in companion and animal science with a pre-vet emphasis. Nathan Jepson, the son of Mark and Laura Jepson, will be attending the University of Iowa, majoring in business. Kyla Kachalsvik, whose parents are Kelly and Mike Kachalsvik, has an undecided school, but will be majoring in dental hygiene. Jada Less, who is the daughter of Mike and Jody Less, will be attending Bradley University, majoring in biochemistry. Taylor Nelson, whose parents are Jody and Stephen Nelson, will be attending the University of Wisconsin-Madison and will be majoring in biochemistry. And finally, Sophie Paff, daughter of Bill and Mary Beth Paff, will be attending Hillsdale College, majoring in political economy. So if you would join me in giving our class of 2020-2021 returning NHS members a round of applause. Thank you very much to students. I want to thank parents and families watching at home as well. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for all you've done to get your students to this day. It's truly remarkable, and I thank you, and I'm very grateful to get to work with them and spend the time with them that I do. So thank you very much for that. And I'm going to turn the podium back over to Sophie Paff for some closing remarks. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you to everyone for joining us and for honoring these exceptional students. And thank you again and congratulations to our new inductees.